Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Academy. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. It just hit theaters, and I just got back from seeing it not too long ago. And so I wanted to jump on here and make a quick video giving my thoughts and opinions on it. So let's jump right into it with, kind of like a little explanation of what Deadpool and Wolverine is, if you guys haven't seen trailers for it or anything. Deadpool and Wolverine is about Deadpool going to another Earth to find another Logan or Wolverine, and they go on an adventure together. And I won't say what that is because spoilers. But without spoiling anything, we'll talk about the plot a little bit. And that is how they handle Deadpool finding another Wolverine and everything like that. The explanation for it, I personally didn't like it. It's really my only complaint. They could have gone another direction with it. They did talk about that in the movie, and them not going with it just kind of didn't make sense for me. They called it something else, but I'm not going to get too much into that because spoilers. But I will say that bothered me the most. Everything else I thought was great. That was the only thing that bothered me. But yeah, I mean, the storyline was great. The plot points, there wasn't really many plot holes. And then when there were, it was times where you had to kind of disband disbelief, or kind of understand that they were retconning some things, if that makes sense. They were trying to fix some stuff, basically. I also want to talk about character development in this, because in my opinion, it feels like we get the same character development from Deadpool in every Deadpool movie. Deadpool 1 and 2 are all about, him and his relationship with his girlfriend. And this one, without giving too many spoilers, honestly is no different. I don't think that's a spoiler because what would you expect out of a Deadpool movie at this point? It just drives me insane that they're doing nothing else with his character. But this one also kind of strays away from it a little bit while staying in that realm. That's Deadpool's kind of like character development. Yeah. Wolverine, his kind of shows a lot more and is a lot better. So I liked it. He has some great character development over the entire course of the movie. So I thought that was great, and then the humor. It kind of crude, dark humor that is Deadpool. They kept that even with it being Disney now. It's clear Ryan Reynolds did some fighting to be allowed to make these jokes, and made sure that they were going to stay true to the character of Deadpool. And he won that fight because it was great. The jokes, they were Deadpool jokes without repeating jokes or kind of repeating the same stuff that they did in the other two movies. So yeah, I definitely think that they delivered hard. They hit hard with the humor and the cameos and all of that stuff. What Deadpool is known for. They hit hard. The fourth wall breaking. I think they delivered what a Deadpool movie should deliver when it comes to humor. All right, next up, we're going to talk about like the action and the like special effects, stuff like that. We all know that Deadpool has like these awesome fight scenes and stuff, where he ends up throwing mags out of his pistols and then catching on, stuff like that. Slides, kicks, flying midair, slow motion fight scenes. Those are a massive part of the first two Deadpool movies. And they don't disappoint in this one either. They hit hard with those. I will say, kind of, it gets a little too corny at some points for me, but at the same time, it's still really funny. So they delivered a little too much, in my opinion, but in a funny way. So yeah, no complaints there, just a little too much, in my opinion. So let's talk about what worked in this movie. I think Deadpool and Wolverine team up. We've been waiting years for it. I'm glad we finally got it in a good way, not X-Men Origins. Doing that their way was great. Disney allowing a Deadpool movie to even be made. We didn't know for a while if we were going to get another one with Disney being in charge now. So that it actually still worked even with them owning it. The storyline, the plot, all of it worked pretty great. And we'll get into the cons of that in just a second. But, you know, I want to make sure I am hyping this up because it is great. I do recommend you go watch it. If we're going to talk about what didn't work, we have to go with what started it all. You know, the reason why Deadpool is even looking for Wolverine in the first place, in my opinion, didn't make sense. It doesn't. But yeah, that's I think that's the only issue. The pacing was okay. There weren't too many plot holes. There were a couple of characters who didn't get enough time on screen, if I'm being honest. But it's okay because they were side characters anyway. You know, the main focus was Deadpool and Wolverine, so of course they get the most screen time. So if we compare it to Deadpool and Deadpool 2, I honestly think it fits the Deadpool theme of the other two movies. You know, uh, if you went into this movie without watching the first two Deadpool movies, you could still enjoy Deadpool 3. You just wouldn't get a lot of the references they make, you know, a lot of the jokes they make. But if I had to rate this movie, you know, on a scale of like 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like a you know, hero scale. We'll call it the hero scale, sure. Um, on a hero scale, we'll give it a 7 out of 10. You know, it came out of the gate hitting hard. It was beautiful, it was funny, it was well put together, but it wasn't without its own issues. So that's all I have to say about that. You know, if you guys like this video, want more of it, you know, click the like button down below. Let me know. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. And that's about it. So, yeah. Goodbye.